on that and add that, among other things, like the candidate, calls for free college tuition for everybody. Stuart Acuff is a former organizing director of the AFL-CIO. Has already come out in favor of the senator. Good to have you with us, my friend.
Great to be with you, Neil. Great to see you again.
All right, so why not Hillary Clinton? Why Bernie Sanders?
Well, because Bernie stands for fundamental change, to make sure that the economy works for us all, to rebuild the middle class, and to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, to create organizing rights for workers, and for free public university and college tuition. He wants to rebalance the economy and grow the middle class, and that's why.
All right, it must be pretty expensive if even Hillary Clinton says no shrinking violet herself when it comes to progressive views. We can't afford his dreams. What do you say?
No, that's not true at all. Bernie will pay for the free tuition. It's a very tiny, minuscule transaction tax or sales tax on stock trading, which will serve two purposes. One, to fund free tuition, and two, to slow down the stock market. One of the problems we have, of course, is
careful there, careful there. I mean, first of all, once you start putting a tax on a trade, buying or selling stock, it can only go up, much as we've learned with taxes in general. Secondly, who are you or anyone else to start taking control of the stock market and policing what you think is enough of a run?
I'm not saying that. Nobody wants to take control of the stock market. Not me, not Bernie, not anybody else. But a small, minuscule sales tax on financial transactions would be good for the country and certainly would be able to pay for free college and university tuition. It's just tuition.
All right, well, it's just tuition now. I understand that, but one of the estimates raised on this, Stuart, was that it would be $50 billion at a minimum that could be raised doing this. The senator says it could be substantially more than that, $150 billion raised from such a tax. Wall Street guys, and remember, I'm no fan of theirs, they come back at me and say they don't like all this policing, but nevertheless, they come back and say, you want to put a damper on our markets, a damper on corporate values, you tax it, and all of a sudden that revenue that Stuart and his friends are planning on just doesn't materialize. What do you say?
I don't agree with that. I think a tiny transaction tax.
That's a Fox News alert right there. You don't agree.
And let me just say that my home state of Georgia does this and has been doing it for 15 years through the Hope Scholarship, and it's paid for. As long as you maintain a B average, you go to school free in Georgia.
But you see where this goes, though, Stuart, that what we do No, I understand what you're saying, and I know your heart's in the right place. But we all pay through the nose for your good intentions and the senator's intentions. And no one is addressing the debt. No one is addressing growth. Everyone is assuming this big, colossal government will be able to sort of get itself paid for, take care of everyone, cradle to grave comforts, free tuition, mortgage relief, and on and on and on. Do you think that's realistic?
Of course it's realistic. Look, I'm 61 years old, as you know, Neil. When I went to University of Missouri, my tuition was paid for. I got a 3% government national student defense loan from the federal government. George Bush privatized those loans and hiked it to 7%. And universities and colleges have been raising their tuition.
You don't think universities and colleges now, Stuart, would willy-nilly raise their tuition if they knew the government was just going to pay into this?
I don't think state universities and colleges would, and that's what we're talking about.
When someone gets free money, they're very, very blasé about keeping up with affordability.
But people got, you know what my debt was when I graduated from the University of Missouri? $600. Everybody, the costs of college and university are living expenses.
I'll readily agree the cost of college is out of whack, but you do something like this, or my own opinion on this, is that you'll make it more expensive because the colleges are not emboldened, or universities, to watch their expenses because they know all their kids are getting a free ride, courtesy Uncle Sam, courtesy you and me.
Why didn't they do that when I was 18, 19, 20, 21 years old?
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. I'm just telling you, be careful what you wish for because you might get it, and those rates are going to go up even more, and taxpayers are going to be saddled with it.
Neil, no, not taxpayers. No.
Everybody.
Financial institutions.
Do you think a tax on trades? Do you think a tax on trades is going to end there? Do you think a little couple of pennies here on a transaction stops there? The history of taxes of any sort means it starts one place, it grows every place, and before you know it, you're getting zoomed and you don't know who's zooming you.
Oh, I don't buy that, Neil.
Right.
Let me just say this. If we have any hope of leaving our kids and grandkids the same kind of opportunities you and I had, we need to make it possible for them to go to college.
Well, then why don't we become Sweden?
I didn't say we should become Sweden.
All right.
This is America.
All right,
but
well, if you ever take a look at Sweden, they're very
grandkids.
beautiful people there, Stuart, so it wouldn't be
I know they
bad.
are very beautiful,
Right.
beautiful
I'm kidding,
people.
I'm kidding. You make your points very eloquently. We just disagree
you,
on
my
this, but
friend.
we'll see what happens. You're young 61, I'll say that.
Thank you very much.
And Bernie